Have you ever noticed this strange, almost cruel paradox? The person who is your twin flame, the one whose presence can light up your entire world, rarely shows up when you're desperately hoping, pleading, or waiting for them. It's almost as if the universe waits for you to reach a certain point of inner liberation before the reunion can occur. Why does this happen? Why does the one you long for most seem to vanish exactly when your heart aches the most, and then appear unexpectedly when you're no longer desperate for their presence? Let me tell you something that might sting at first but will awaken something deep inside you. This is not about them. It's about you. Your twin flame's timing is never random. It's a mirror of your own emotional state. When you are caught in the grip of dependency, when your thoughts, emotions, and even your sense of self are entangled with theirs, you are sending a subtle signal to the universe that you are not ready for the full depth of this connection. Imagine this scenario. You wake up every morning, checking your phone obsessively, hoping for a message. Every ding of a notification makes your heart race, only to crash with disappointment when it isn't them. You replay past conversations in your head, analyze every word, and create endless what-if scenarios about why they haven't reached out. Your mind becomes a labyrinth of longing, your emotions a roller coaster of hope and despair. This is emotional dependency at its most intense, a state where your happiness, your sense of self-worth, and even your daily energy are tethered to the actions of someone else. But here's the thing that people rarely understand. Dependency is not love. It is a form of craving. It is the need to be seen, to be acknowledged, to be held, but in a way that is rooted in fear. Fear of abandonment, fear of being unworthy, fear of being alone. And the harder you grasp, the more your twin flame seems to slip away. The paradox is cruel but precise. The more you need them, the less accessible they become. Why does this happen? It's a matter of energetic alignment. Twin flame connections are not just about physical meetings or romantic gestures. They exist primarily on a vibrational and spiritual level. When you are operating from a place of desperation, anxiety, or emotional dependence, your frequency is not in harmony with the pure essence of this connection. You are broadcasting a vibration of lack, of incompleteness, of I am not enough without you. And the universe, in its mysterious wisdom, reflects back exactly that. They don't return, not because they don't care, but because the energy you emit is not yet aligned with the sovereignty of your own heart. Now let's pause for a moment and ask yourself, am I loving them, or am I loving the idea of being loved? There's a subtle but profound difference. Loving someone in the way twin flames are meant to love each other is an unconditional sovereign love, a love that flows freely, not because you are trying to control, possess, or fix them, but because your own heart is complete, whole, and at peace. This is the kind of love that attracts a twin flame naturally, without force or manipulation. Think about it like this. Have you ever noticed how things in life tend to come to you effortlessly once you stop trying too hard? Opportunities, friendships, insights. They appear in moments when you're not clinging, when you're not desperate. That same principle applies to your twin flame. When you release the grip of dependency, when you step into your own power and sovereignty, you become magnetic in a way you could never force. Let me give you a story to illustrate this. Imagine a woman named Emily. For years, she pined for her twin flame, sending messages she never received replies to, obsessing over his every social media post, analyzing every past conversation for hidden meanings. Her life became a cycle of hope and despair. She thought she needed him to feel alive, to feel whole. And then one day something shifted. She stopped waiting. She stopped checking her phone. She started investing in herself, her passions, her friendships, her inner growth. She started living fully in her own light. And within months, the very person she had been chasing so desperately reached out, not because she had tried to manipulate or chase, but because she had reclaimed her sovereignty. Her energy had shifted, and suddenly, the connection could exist in a way that was aligned with love rather than need. This is the awakening that every twin flame journey is designed to teach. It's not about punishment or missed opportunities. It's about growing into a version of yourself that can hold a love of this magnitude without losing your sense of self. The paradox, the timing, the absences, the unexpected returns, is a mirror, reflecting where you are in your own emotional and spiritual development. So here's the first question I want you to meditate on. Am I holding on to them because I fear losing them? Or am I holding space for a love that is free and unconditional? Notice the distinction. One arises from fear. The other arises from freedom. One keeps you trapped in a cycle of waiting and suffering. The other opens the doorway to a reunion that is profound, balanced, and soul-deep. And here's another thing to consider. The more you release, the more love you generate internally, and that is exactly the frequency a twin flame responds to. This doesn't mean you stop caring or stop loving. It means you stop letting your happiness depend on their presence. You cultivate joy, peace, and self-love first. The longing transforms from desperation into curiosity, from dependency into reverence. You are no longer seeking them to fill a void. You are meeting them from a place of completeness. At this point, you may be asking yourself, but isn't it cruel that they only come back when I no longer need them? The answer is that it isn't cruelty. It's clarity. It's the universe's way of guiding you into the sovereignty of your own heart, teaching you that true love is never about holding on. It's about becoming whole so that the love can flow freely in either direction. In the coming parts of this video, we will explore how dependency keeps you trapped, how to reclaim your sovereignty, and how to cultivate the kind of unconditional love that naturally aligns with a twin flame reunion. You will hear stories, practical insights, and exercises that can shift your energy from longing and desperation to freedom and magnetism. So take a deep breath and allow yourself to sit with this paradox. Your twin flame may not return when you want them to, but the very absence you fear is a gateway to the most profound transformation of your inner world. The journey is not about chasing them. It's about awakening yourself. And when you do, love returns in a way that transcends need, control, and fear. Now that we've opened the door to the paradox of your twin flame's timing, it's time to dive deeper into the first, and perhaps the most challenging layer of this journey: dependency. Dependency is the invisible thread that ties your emotions, your thoughts, and your very sense of self to the presence or absence of your twin flame. It's subtle, seductive, and often mistaken for love. But make no mistake, dependency is not love, it is a cage. Think about how it feels to wait. Not just to wait casually, but to live in anticipation, letting every moment be colored by the hope that they will call, text, or appear. You replay past interactions in your mind, dissecting every word, every pause, every look for meaning. Your imagination becomes a stage for scenarios that may never happen, and your heart becomes a puppet, pulled by the strings of your longing. You may even catch yourself whispering, "If only they would see me. If only they would choose me. If only they knew how much I need them." This is the essence of dependency. The idea that your happiness, your sense of security, your very identity depends on someone else's actions. And when that someone, your twin flame, is absent, your internal world becomes chaotic, turbulent, and frankly painful. Dependency often masquerades as love because it involves intense feelings. You may feel obsession, longing, desire, and even passionate connection. But there's a crucial difference. Love empowers, dependency confines. Love expands, dependency contracts. Love flows freely, dependency clings. One lifts you. The other traps you in a cycle of hope and despair. Let's make this more concrete. Picture a person named Alex. Alex has been deeply attached to their twin flame for years. Every morning, Alex wakes up hoping for a message. Every night, Alex goes to bed replaying the conversations of the day, analyzing what was said or not said. When the twin flame doesn't respond immediately, anxiety rises. Self-doubt creeps in. Thoughts like, maybe they don't love me, maybe I'm not enough, or maybe I'll be alone forever dominate the mind. Alex is not simply experiencing love. Alex is trapped in dependency, where their emotional state is dictated by someone else's behavior. Now, here's a crucial insight. The more dependent you are, the more you push your twin flame away. It sounds paradoxical, but it's true. The universe reflects the energy you emit. When your vibration is one of need, fear, or lack, it creates an energetic imbalance. Your twin flame, who is deeply attuned to energy rather than logic, senses this imbalance. On some level, they cannot engage fully because your energy signals that the connection is not yet healthy or reciprocal. You are not yet standing in your own sovereignty, and the twin flame journey will not unfold until you do. Dependency can manifest in many ways, and it's often invisible until you shine a light on it. Here are some common patterns. 1. Constant need for validation. You seek reassurance from your twin flame to feel worthy or loved. Their approval becomes your emotional lifeline. 2. Obsessive thinking. You can't stop thinking about them, analyzing every word, gesture, or social media post. 3. Fear of abandonment. The mere thought of them leaving or not returning creates panic, anxiety, or despair. 4. Sacrificing your selfhood. You may compromise your needs, desires, or boundaries in the hope of keeping them close. 5. Emotional highs and lows tied to their presence. When they are near, you feel euphoria. When they are absent, you feel devastation. Ask yourself, which of these patterns do I recognize in myself? Be honest. The first step to breaking dependency is awareness. You cannot transform what you do not acknowledge. Here's another powerful perspective. Dependency is born from fear, not love. Fear that you are not enough. Fear that you cannot survive alone. Fear that life without them is unbearable. When fear drives your emotions, it manifests as longing and attachment, which in turn creates a cycle of suffering. And here is the hard truth. Your twin flame will not return while you are trapped in fear-based dependency. To illustrate this, consider the story of Mia. Mia was completely consumed by thoughts of her twin flame, Ethan. She would check her phone dozens of times a day, replay old conversations, and even make plans in her mind for how they would finally reunite. She believed that her love alone would pull him back to her. But despite her intensity, Ethan remained distant. The more she clung, the more elusive he became. Then, something unexpected happened. Mia began to notice her pattern. She realized that her desperation was not attracting Ethan, it was creating resistance. She started small. She set boundaries around her phone use, she invested time in her hobbies, she reconnected with friends, and most importantly, she started nurturing her own emotional independence. Slowly but surely, her energy shifted. She was no longer acting from a place of need, but from a place of self-respect and inner stability. Months later, Ethan reached out, but the difference was profound. Mia did not chase, plead, or try to manipulate. She simply existed in her sovereignty, radiating love without attachment. Her dependency had transformed into self-empowered presence, and that shift created a magnetic field that drew her twin flame naturally. This story reveals the key principle. Dependency is the obstacle, not the love itself. When you break free from the need to control, when you stop relying on someone else for your happiness, you align with a higher frequency of love, one that is unconditional, sovereign, and magnetic. Dependency also teaches an important lesson about timing. The reason your twin flame seems to return only when you no longer need them is because they respond to energy, not desperation. When you release dependency, you emit a vibration of completeness, stability, and authenticity. You are no longer clinging to them. They are no longer a crutch for your emotional survival. And that is precisely when the connection can exist in its most profound and balanced form. Here's a reflection exercise you can try right now. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Visualize your twin flame, but this time, imagine them in your life without clinging, without need, without expectation. Notice how your body, mind, and heart respond. Are you calmer? More centered? Do you feel a sense of freedom? This is a glimpse into what sovereignty feels like, the state where dependency no longer dictates your emotional reality. Finally, consider this. Every moment of longing, every pang of desire, is an invitation to awaken. Dependency is not punishment. It is a mirror, reflecting the parts of yourself that still seek fulfillment outside of yourself. The twin flame journey is designed to guide you through these mirrors, showing you that true love begins within, not in someone else. As we move forward in this video series, we will explore how to reclaim your sovereignty, how to cultivate unconditional love, and how to transform longing into freedom. The path is not easy, but it is the only way to experience a twin flame connection that is genuine, balanced, and soul-deep. Remember this as you move through your day. The longing you feel is not a failure. It is a signal. It is your soul whispering, "Grow, release, become whole." Then love will arrive in its purest form. By now, you may have begun to see the first layer of the twin flame journey. Dependency, how your longing, your fear, and your neediness can trap you in a cycle of waiting and suffering. But recognizing dependency is only the first step. The real transformation begins when you claim your sovereignty, when you step fully into your inner power and take responsibility for your own emotional and spiritual state. This is the point where your energy shifts from neediness to magnetism, from lack to abundance, and from fear to love. So, what does sovereignty really mean? At its core, sovereignty is the ability to stand fully in your own truth, your own power, and your own completeness, independent of anyone else's actions or presence. It is the understanding that your value, your happiness, and your peace are not dictated by external circumstances, and certainly not by your twin flame's attention or approval. Sovereignty is not arrogance or detachment. It is grounded, empowered self-mastery. It is freedom from emotional dependency. Imagine for a moment a person who has sovereignty. Let's call her Sophia. Sophia has been through the twin flame journey herself. She has experienced longing, obsession, and the roller coaster of hope and despair. She has waited, she has cried, she has questioned her worth. But over time she realized that her suffering was not caused by her twin flame's absence. It was caused by her surrendering her power to the belief that her happiness depended on him. Sophia began reclaiming her sovereignty in small, deliberate ways. She started with her inner dialogue. Whenever she noticed herself thinking, "I can't live without them," she paused and asked, "Is this true or is this fear speaking?" She replaced thoughts of lack with reminders of her own wholeness. "I am complete. I am enough. I am love." Over time, this rewiring of the mind became second nature. Next, Sophia examined her daily life. She noticed how much time and energy she spent obsessing over her twin flame, checking their social media, analyzing old conversations, imagining potential scenarios. Slowly, she shifted her focus. She invested in her passions, nurtured her friendships, and immersed herself in experiences that brought genuine joy. The moment she redirected her energy inward, she began to feel a profound sense of freedom. Here is the key insight. Sovereignty does not mean ignoring your twin flame or pretending they do not matter. It means that their presence or absence does not control your internal state. You no longer live in reaction to them. You live in alignment with your own truth. You become the source of your own emotional stability. And paradoxically, this is the exact moment your twin flame's energy begins to respond to yours. Let's explore why this works. Twin flame connections are energetic mirrors. They are designed to reflect back to you your unresolved wounds, your fears, and your unhealed patterns. When you operate from dependency, your energy is dense with need, fear, and emotional chaos. This vibration creates resistance because a twin flame connection requires two sovereign beings in alignment. You cannot have a balanced, conscious union if one party is tethered to the other for validation or survival. Sovereignty is not a destination. It is a practice. It is cultivated moment by moment, decision by decision. Here are some practical ways to exercise sovereignty. 1. Mindful awareness. Notice when you feel triggered by your twin flame's absence. Observe the emotions without judgment. Ask, "Am I reacting from fear or from love?" 2. Boundaries. Establish clear emotional and energetic boundaries. Protect your time, your space, and your energy. Saying no or stepping back is not rejection, it is self-respect. 3. Inner dialogue transformation. Replace thoughts of lack with affirmations of wholeness. Examples: I am enough on my own. I create my own joy. Love flows freely through me. 4. Active self-care. Engage in activities that nurture your mind, body, and soul. Exercise, meditation, journaling, creative projects. These strengthen your sense of autonomy. 5. Emotional release. Let go of old attachment patterns. Cry, scream, write, or meditate to release the grip of dependency. Sovereignty grows as you free yourself from emotional entanglements that no longer serve you. Consider another story to illustrate the transformation. Liam had been chasing his twin flame, Emma, for years. Every text unanswered, every missed call, sent him spiraling into despair. He believed that only Emma's love could make him whole. One day, after a particularly painful episode of waiting, Liam paused. He asked himself, "Why am I giving away my power? Why am I letting someone else dictate my peace?" That question sparked the first flicker of awakening. Liam began reclaiming sovereignty slowly. He limited the time he spent thinking about Emma. He pursued his passions with vigor. He surrounded himself with supportive friends and sought out experiences that filled him with life rather than anxiety. Over weeks, Liam noticed a profound change. The constant ache of longing began to soften. He felt more grounded, more centered, more himself. And then something remarkable happened. Emma reached out. But this time, Liam did not chase or plead. He responded from a place of inner wholeness, from a space where he was not dependent on her for happiness. Their connection now had a depth and balance it never had before because Liam had reclaimed his sovereignty. This is the essence of why twin flames seem to return only when you no longer need them. They respond to the frequency of your soul, not the drama of your dependency. Sovereignty transforms your energy from a desperate plea into a radiant field of love and self-possession. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. You are a master of your own inner world. And when two sovereign beings align, the connection becomes effortless, magnetic, and profoundly healing. Here's a question to sit with. Am I living in reaction to my twin flame, or am I creating a life that is fulfilling regardless of their presence? Your answer reveals where you stand on the path of sovereignty. Sovereignty is not just about independence. It's about authenticity. When you live from your true self, you no longer mold yourself to fit another's expectations. You no longer sacrifice your needs to earn love or attention. You operate from clarity, integrity, and self-respect. And in doing so, you naturally embody the vibration that attracts your twin flame in a healthy, balanced way. Another practical way to strengthen sovereignty is through daily reflection. Each evening, ask yourself, where today did I act from fear? Where did I act from love? Journal your observations. Celebrate moments when you acted from a place of strength, independence, and joy. This daily practice rewires your mind and energy, reinforcing that your worth does not depend on someone else. Finally, remember this. Sovereignty is not selfishness. It is the foundation for unconditional love, which we will explore in the next part. You cannot give what you do not have. Dependency clouds your capacity to love freely. Sovereignty opens the door to love that flows effortlessly, without attachment or demand. When you claim your inner power, you create the energetic space for your twin flame to return. Not because you chased, not because you needed, but because you radiate love from a place of wholeness. In essence, sovereignty is the bridge between longing and reunion, between dependency and unconditional love. It is the shift from, I need them to feel alive to I am alive, and love may flow naturally. It is the awakening to the truth that your twin flame's return is not a matter of control. It is a reflection of the inner freedom you cultivate first. So today, take a moment to ask yourself, where in my life am I giving away my power? Where can I step into sovereignty? Recognize the areas where dependency still lingers. Begin reclaiming them one conscious choice at a time. The journey is not easy, but it is the only path to experiencing a twin flame connection that is truly transformative, balanced, and soul deep. By now, you have begun to see the first layers of the twin flame journey. Dependency, the cage of longing and need, and sovereignty, the reclaiming of your inner power and freedom. But there is a third, deeper layer that is essential to understanding why your twin flame returns only when you no longer need them. Unconditional love. Unconditional love is a concept that is often misunderstood. Many people assume it means sacrificing yourself, ignoring your needs, or tolerating harmful behavior in the name of love. But true unconditional love is quite the opposite. It is love that flows freely from wholeness, a love that does not cling, demand, or manipulate. It is the state in which your heart is fully open, yet fully intact, and where your connection with another arises from freedom rather than fear. Think about this. When you are still trapped in dependency, your love is conditional. You love them because of what they provide. You need their attention, their approval, their presence, their validation. And as we have seen, this conditional love creates an energetic imbalance. It emits a frequency of lack, of need, of incompleteness, which paradoxically pushes your twin flame away. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, cannot align a connection in which one party's happiness depends on the other. This is where unconditional love becomes transformative. Once you step into sovereignty, you are no longer desperate for their presence. You begin to love freely, not because you have to, but because your heart is naturally open. Unconditional love is not about ignoring the twin flame. It's about loving without attachment to outcome. You no longer ask, will they come back? Or do I need them to be happy? Instead, you focus on your own growth, your own joy, and your own inner fulfillment. The love you offer is pure, untainted by fear, expectation, or control. To illustrate this, consider the story of Isabella. For years, she clung to her twin flame, Daniel, desperately hoping for reunion. She spent countless nights imagining scenarios of them together, analyzing every word he said, trying to predict when he might finally respond. Her love was intense, but it was born from need, from the fear that life without him was incomplete. Daniel, despite his own feelings, remained distant. He could sense her energy. It was charged with longing, fear, and dependency. Then Isabella reached a turning point. She realized that the more she clung, the more she suffered, and the more impossible it became for Daniel to truly connect with her. She began practicing unconditional love. She stopped obsessing over messages, stopped crafting plans to manipulate circumstances, and instead focused on her own life. She immersed herself in her passions, her friendships, and her personal growth. She cultivated joy and gratitude independently of Daniel's presence. Here is where the paradox reveals itself. The moment Isabella no longer needed Daniel to feel complete, Daniel began to feel drawn to her. Not because she chased him or tried to pull him in, but because her energy had shifted. She was radiating love freely, a love that was abundant, sovereign, and magnetic. This is the essence of unconditional love. It attracts not through control or desperation, but through the natural force of alignment. Unconditional love also teaches us the deepest lessons about letting go of control. In dependency, you are trying to control the other person, their feelings, their actions, their presence in your life. You might think this is necessary to secure love, but it's actually a barrier. The twin flame journey is designed to dissolve the illusion of control. True connection arises when you release the need to dictate, manipulate, or demand. When you love unconditionally, you allow the universe to orchestrate the connection in perfect timing, not your timing. Let's explore another example. Marcus had been chasing his twin flame Lydia for years. Every rejection, every delay felt like a personal failure. He believed that unless he won her attention, he could not be happy. After a period of deep reflection, Marcus realized that his approach was rooted in fear and dependency. He decided to experiment with unconditional love. He began to send Lydia positive energy from afar, wishing her happiness without expecting anything in return. He focused on becoming the best version of himself, cultivating his interests, and embracing his own life fully. Months later, Lydia reached out. Marcus noticed something profound. He felt no desperation, no need, no fear. His love for her had not diminished. It had expanded, freed from the chains of expectation. The connection was different now. It was grounded, balanced, and harmonious. This is the transformative power of unconditional love. It transcends need and creates the conditions for a reunion that is aligned with the highest good of both souls. Unconditional love also teaches an important spiritual principle. You cannot give what you do not possess. If your love is conditional, if it is rooted in fear or dependency, it cannot sustain a twin flame connection. A union of twin flames requires two whole, sovereign beings, each capable of loving without clinging, without demanding, and without fear. Sovereignty and unconditional love are inseparable. They feed each other. Sovereignty allows you to love without need. Unconditional love strengthens your sovereignty by anchoring you in authenticity, freedom, and joy. Here are some practices to cultivate unconditional love for your twin flame. 1. Energy awareness. Recognize when your thoughts or actions are rooted in need or fear. Shift them to love that is free and abundant. 2. Active release. Let go of the expectation that they must act, respond, or be present. Practice detachment without disconnection. 3. Heart-centered meditation. Visualize sending love from your heart without expecting a return. Feel the energy circulate through your being, filling you completely. 4. Gratitude practice. Focus on appreciating your life and the love you already have, friends, family, passions. Gratitude amplifies the frequency of unconditional love. 5. Integration with daily life. Love freely in small ways, smile at strangers, help without reward, speak words of kindness. These actions cultivate an internal state of generosity and abundance. Ask yourself this question: am I loving them because I need them, or am I loving them because my heart is full and free? Your answer will reveal the current state of your energy and your readiness for a balanced twin flame connection. Unconditional love is also the key to breaking the paradox. Why your twin flame only returns when you no longer need them. When your dependency dissolves and sovereignty is established, your energy aligns with love that is pure, open, and magnetic. You are no longer a source of fear or imbalance. You are a source of light and freedom. This is the energy that draws a twin flame naturally, without chasing, without pleading, without desperate attempts to control the outcome. In essence, unconditional love is the magnetic force beyond need. It is the energy that bridges the gap between longing and reunion, between absence and presence, between separation and union. It is the state in which you are free to love, free to be, and free to receive, all while remaining whole and sovereign. As you reflect on this, consider this powerful thought. Your twin flame's return is a reflection of the love and freedom you cultivate within yourself. The more you embody unconditional love, the more aligned you become with the essence of the connection. You do not need to chase. You do not need to plead. You simply become a beacon of love that naturally draws them to you. Finally, take a moment to feel into your heart. Imagine the freedom, the joy, and the peace that comes from loving without attachment. Imagine radiating that love in every aspect of your life, not as a strategy, but as a natural state of being. This is the power of unconditional love. It transforms longing into freedom, absence into presence, and need into magnetism. In the next part of this video, we will explore practical ways to integrate these principles into your daily life, how to navigate the challenges of dependency, maintain sovereignty, and cultivate unconditional love, so that the twin flame journey becomes a path of personal empowerment, joy, and spiritual awakening. Remember this as you move forward. Love freely, live fully, and trust that the universe responds not to need, but to the freedom and completeness of your heart. By now, you have walked through the first 3 layers of the twin flame journey: dependency, the invisible chains that bind your emotions to someone else; sovereignty, the reclaiming of your inner power and emotional independence; and unconditional love, the energy that flows freely from wholeness and magnetizes your twin flame without attachment or need. And yet, the question remains: why does it always feel like twin flames return only when you no longer need them? Why does it seem that the harder you chase, the further they retreat, and the moment you stop, they appear? This is the paradox of the twin flame connection, a mysterious law of energy that can feel both cruel and deeply enlightening. The paradox exists because twin flames are mirrors of our own energetic state. They are not here to fill a void or rescue us from our dependency. They are here to reflect back our patterns, our fears, and our capacity to love and stand in our own power. When you are caught in dependency, your energy broadcasts lack, need, and incompleteness. This vibration, no matter how much you want to interpret it as love, actually repels your twin flame. They feel the intensity, the desperation, and the clinginess, and they are unconsciously pulled into distance, not out of cruelty, but because the energetic alignment is not yet ready. Let's illustrate this with a story. Consider Evelyn, who has been yearning for her twin flame Lucas for years. She spends countless hours obsessing over whether he thinks about her, analyzing every word of their past conversations, and imagining scenarios where they would finally be together. Her emotional world is a storm. Hope one moment, despair the next. Lucas, sensitive to her energy, senses this dependency. It's not that he doesn't care. It's that the energy she emits is not aligned with the essence of the connection. She allows herself to love Lucas freely, without expectation, without need, without attempting to manipulate the outcome. And here is the paradox. As soon as Evelyn's energy shifts from dependency to sovereignty and unconditional love, Lucas begins to feel drawn to her. Why does this happen? Because twin flame connections operate on an energetic resonance, not a linear cause and effect logic. When you are dependent, the vibration is dense, constricted, and unstable. When you are sovereign and love unconditionally, your vibration becomes expansive, balanced, and magnetic. The universe, and your twin flame, responds not to your words or your longing, but to the energy you emit. Think about it like a tuning fork. If your frequency is anxious and desperate, the twin flame connection cannot resonate with it. If your frequency is whole, calm, and radiant with self-love, the resonance occurs naturally. This is the invisible law behind the paradox. They return when you are energetically ready, not when you demand it. Here's another example, drawn from the experience of Jordan and Maya. Jordan had been waiting for Maya for years, convinced that only her presence could make him complete. His thoughts were consumed by what-ifs and maybes, and his heart was tethered to her every move. Maya, despite her own feelings, felt the weight of his dependency. She could not engage fully because the energetic field was imbalanced. Then Jordan experienced a shift. He stopped obsessing, stopped trying to control the connection, and focused on cultivating his own happiness. He reconnected with friends, pursued creative projects, and strengthened his sense of self-worth. Over time, Maya began to feel naturally drawn to him, and this time the reunion unfolded effortlessly. Jordan had transformed his energy, and the paradox revealed itself. Only when he no longer needed Maya to feel whole did she return. This paradox teaches a profound lesson about the nature of love and timing. The universe does not operate on our emotional schedule. It operates according to alignment, resonance, and energetic readiness. Twin flames are not rewards for patience or persistence. They are reflections of your inner growth. The connection becomes available when both souls have cultivated sovereignty, healed dependency, and embodied unconditional love. Ask yourself this question. Am I seeking them to fill a void, or am I open to loving freely and fully, regardless of their presence? Your answer will reveal where you stand in the paradox. The moment you release the need to control or possess, you step into the energetic space where true reunion becomes possible. Let's break down the paradox into its key dynamics. 1. Dependency pushes them away. When your love is rooted in need, fear, or desperation, the energetic signal is dense and constrictive. Twin flames respond to the energy, not the intention. The more you cling, the further the connection seems to drift. 2. Sovereignty transforms your energy. When you reclaim your power and cultivate independence, your vibration stabilizes. You are no longer emotionally reactive, and your energy radiates confidence, balance, and self-sufficiency. 3. Unconditional love magnetizes them. When your heart is free to love without expectation, the energy becomes expansive, magnetic, and irresistible. Twin flames are drawn to authenticity, not desperation. The paradox is ultimately a spiritual mirror. It shows you exactly where you are in your journey. Every moment of absence is an opportunity to examine your dependency, reclaim your sovereignty, and embody unconditional love. The more you align internally, the less you rely on external circumstances to define your happiness, and the more naturally the connection flows. Consider the metaphor of a butterfly emerging from a cocoon. The caterpillar cannot force the wings to spread. It must undergo transformation internally. Only after the metamorphosis is complete can the butterfly take flight. Similarly, the twin flame journey requires internal transformation before external reunion. The paradox, the seeming delay, the absence, the unexpected timing, is part of the natural process of awakening. Another reflection. The paradox also teaches patience and trust. You learn that love is not a transaction, not a reward for endurance, and not a product of manipulation. It is a force that emerges from alignment, from the wholeness of your own being. Every day spent cultivating sovereignty and unconditional love strengthens your ability to attract your twin flame in a balanced and conscious way. Practical exercises to navigate the paradox. Daily energy check. Ask yourself each morning, am I operating from need or from wholeness? Notice moments of dependency and consciously shift your energy. Gratitude for absence. Instead of resenting absence, see it as a signal to deepen your sovereignty and self-love. Write down what the absence has taught you. Visualization of reunion. Visualize the twin flame connection not as a fix or rescue, but as a meeting of two whole, sovereign beings radiating unconditional love. Feel the energy of completeness within yourself first. Release attachment to timing. Repeat daily affirmations such as, I trust the timing of the universe. I am whole. Love flows freely to me. Ultimately, the paradox of return is a wake-up call. It reminds you that your twin flame's presence is not the measure of your worth, nor the source of your joy. The true journey is about cultivating your inner freedom, your sovereignty, and your capacity to love unconditionally. When you reach this state, the return is no longer a matter of chance. It is a natural consequence of your energetic alignment. So the next time you feel the ache of absence, remember, this is not rejection and it is not failure. It is the universe reflecting back the parts of you that are ready to awaken. Dependency must dissolve, sovereignty must be claimed, and unconditional love must flow. Only then does the paradox resolve itself, and only then does your twin flame return, not because you need them, but because you have become whole enough to hold the connection in its true, radiant form. Take a moment now to reflect. Am I ready to release the need, claim my power and love freely? The answer to that question is the key to transforming longing into magnetism, absence into presence, and the paradox of waiting into the joy of reunion. By this point in our journey, you have seen the three foundational layers of the twin flame path. Dependency, the invisible chains of emotional attachment; sovereignty, the reclamation of your inner power; and unconditional love, the energy that flows freely from wholeness. Yet many souls find themselves stuck in a recurring pattern. They oscillate between dependency and temporary freedom, feeling empowered one day and pulled back into neediness the next. This is the twin flame loop, a cycle of longing, withdrawal, and conditional love that keeps growth at arm's length. Breaking this cycle is not just desirable, it is essential. The twin flame connection cannot unfold fully while the loop persists. But understanding how to escape it is not always intuitive. It requires conscious practice, self-awareness, and a commitment to transformation. Let's first define the loop more clearly. Imagine dependency as the trap. When your happiness depends on your twin flame's actions, you enter a state of fear and longing. When you recognize this and reclaim sovereignty, you regain emotional freedom, confidence, and inner alignment. For a brief period, your energy is balanced, and you may even experience the magnetic pull of unconditional love. However, without consistent practice, old patterns resurface. A message is delayed, a perceived slight occurs, or a memory triggers longing. Instantly, the loop begins again, dependency creeps in, and your energy shifts, resetting the cycle. Breaking this loop requires integration. Consciously embedding the principles of sovereignty and unconditional love into your daily life, so they become natural, habitual, and resilient to triggers. Here's how you can start. Step 1. Recognize the triggers. Awareness is the first step in liberation. Pay attention to moments when dependency rises. Common triggers include seeing your twin flame on social media without interacting with you, revisiting old conversations or memories, feeling fear or panic when they don't respond quickly, imagining scenarios of rejection or loss. Ask yourself, is this thought or feeling rooted in love or fear? Am I responding from dependency or from inner wholeness? Awareness is not judgment. It is recognition. Naming the loop makes it visible, and once visible, it can be disrupted. Consider Ava, who found herself obsessing over her twin flame Leo. Every notification or silence became a trigger. She realized her triggers were not external. They were reflections of her unresolved emotional patterns. By observing them without judgment, she took the first step toward freedom. Step 2. Anchor in sovereignty daily. Sovereignty is not a one-time shift. It is a daily practice. The key is consistent alignment with your inner power, regardless of your twin flame's actions. This includes 1. Setting boundaries. Decide how much time and energy you dedicate to thinking about your twin flame. Protect your mental and emotional space. 2. Reclaiming personal time. Engage in activities that nurture your passions, creativity, and self-expression. Your fulfillment must come from within, not from another person. 3. Self-reflection. Journal your thoughts and feelings. Ask, where am I giving away my power today? 4. Emotional regulation. Practice mindfulness or meditation to observe emotions without being swept away by them. Sovereignty acts as a shield against the pull of dependency. It reminds you that your worth, joy, and peace are not negotiable. They are yours to claim. Step 3. Practice unconditional love for yourself and them. Unconditional love is the glue that sustains sovereignty. Without it, freedom can feel empty or detached. True unconditional love allows you to feel affection and care for your twin flame without needing them to act in a certain way. Celebrate their growth and experiences, even when they are not aligned with your timing. Love yourself fully, recognizing your own completeness. A practical exercise. Every morning, visualize sending energy of love and freedom to both yourself and your twin flame. Imagine a river of light flowing from your heart, unblocked by expectation. Notice how your chest feels lighter, your mind calmer, your presence more grounded. This daily practice strengthens your energetic alignment and reduces the likelihood of re-entering the dependency loop. Step 4. Transform longing into action. Many souls remain trapped because they mistake longing for love. Longing without action is stagnation. To transform this energy, channel emotional intensity into creative expression, learning, or personal projects. Reinvest your energy into your goals and dreams. Celebrate small wins daily, anchoring yourself in accomplishment rather than anticipation. Consider Ethan, who had been waiting endlessly for his twin flame, Sophia. Each day he felt longing and pain. When he began channeling that energy into painting, writing, and helping others, the intensity of his need transformed into vibrant, productive energy. He no longer oscillated between hope and despair. The loop was disrupted, and his energy became magnetic. Step 5. Reframe the concept of timing. The paradox of the twin flame is rooted in timing. They return not when you need them, but when you are energetically ready. Reframing this as an opportunity rather than a punishment is essential. Ask yourself, what am I meant to learn while they are absent? How can I grow, heal, and embody love fully in their absence? Shift your focus from outcome to process. The reunion is inevitable if you commit to inner work. The emphasis is no longer on chasing. They respond naturally to your magnetic frequency, not your desperation. Step 6. Create daily rituals for consistency. Consistency is what transforms temporary shifts into permanent patterns. Suggested rituals. 1. Morning alignment. Begin each day with affirmations of sovereignty and love. I am whole. I am enough. Love flows through me freely. 2. Evening reflection. Journal about moments when you stayed grounded, acted from sovereignty, or practiced unconditional love. 3. Energy reset. Meditate or breathe deeply whenever longing arises, imagining the emotional energy flowing through you and leaving no attachment behind. These rituals train your nervous system, mind, and heart to default to sovereignty and unconditional love, making the dependency loop harder to re-enter. Step 7. Use the mirror effect. Your twin flame reflects your energetic state. Notice how your moods, behaviors, and energy patterns influence the connection. Dependency manifests as tension and chaos. Sovereignty manifests as magnetism and attraction. Unconditional love manifests as harmony and resonance. By consciously observing this mirror effect, you gain insight into your inner growth. Every trigger, every moment of longing, is a lesson and an opportunity for mastery. Step 8. Embrace patience and trust. Breaking the loop is not instant. Dependency patterns are deeply ingrained, often rooted in childhood emotional wounds. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate small victories. Recognize that even a moment of awareness is progress. Trust that the universe is aligning circumstances according to energetic readiness, not fear-driven desire. Your twin flame will respond to your growth, not your desperation. Step 9. Integrate your learnings into life. The final step is integration. Sovereignty and unconditional love are not practices for occasional use. They are ways of being. You integrate them by acting from inner clarity in all relationships, maintaining emotional independence while remaining open to connection, practicing compassion, patience, and love in everyday life. Letting go of the need to control outcomes. Understanding that true connection arises from alignment. When these principles are fully integrated, the dependency loop dissolves naturally. You move through life as a sovereign, loving being, capable of attracting your twin flame effortlessly while maintaining peace and joy regardless of their timing. Step 10. Reflection and empowerment. Take a moment to ask yourself, where am I still giving away my power? How can I reclaim sovereignty in this moment? In what ways can I practice unconditional love today, for myself and others? How can I transform longing into growth? Answer these honestly. Each step you take towards self-mastery transforms the loop into a spiral of growth, rather than a repetitive trap. Dependency no longer dominates. Sovereignty becomes your foundation. Unconditional love becomes your natural state. And the twin flame connection responds in kind. Breaking the loop is not about waiting for them to return. It's about becoming whole here and now. It's about transforming suffering into empowerment, longing into love, and absence into opportunity. Every moment of practice, reflection, and conscious alignment brings you closer to the magnetic, conscious union that is the essence of the twin flame journey. When you embrace these steps, you discover the ultimate truth. The twin flame returns not because you chase them, but because you have become the energy they are drawn to, a sovereign, loving, whole being radiating unconditional love. After navigating the labyrinth of dependency, reclaiming your sovereignty, and cultivating unconditional love, the path reaches a transformative peak, the reunion. But this is not a reunion that comes from chasing, pleading, or clinging. This is a reunion born of alignment, inner wholeness, and magnetic energy. A moment where the paradox of twin flames finally unfolds. Let me tell you the story of Lila and Adrian, a couple whose journey exemplifies the truth of the twin flame paradox. Their story is not just about love. It is a roadmap for anyone struggling to understand why twin flames return only when you no longer need them. The cycle of dependency. Lila had met Adrian during a time of profound longing. The connection was instant, fiery, and intense, everything she had ever dreamed of. But soon the intensity brought fear. Adrian's moods, actions, and occasional distance began to dictate Lila's emotional state. She found herself obsessing, analyzing, and even trying to fix the relationship. Every moment of perceived absence sent her into despair. Her life became a series of highs and lows, dictated by the presence or absence of his attention. This is dependency in its most vivid form. Lila loved Adrian, yes, but her love was conditional. It required his presence, validation, and approval. In her longing, she forgot the first law of twin flame connections. Your joy and completeness cannot come from anyone else, not even your twin flame. Adrian, on the other hand, felt the weight of her dependency. He cared deeply for her. Yet the energy she emitted was constrictive. It was as though every attempt to come closer pushed him further away. Their connection, no matter how deep, was caught in the twin flame loop. Longing, withdrawal, desperation, brief reunion, and then the cycle repeated. The turning point, awakening sovereignty. The turning point came when Lila hit a moment of clarity. One evening, after days of obsessing over Adrian's silence, she asked herself a question that would alter her trajectory. Am I living my life, or am I living in reaction to someone else's presence or absence? The question struck her like lightning. She realized that her suffering was not caused by Adrian, it was caused by her surrendering her power to the belief that she needed him to feel whole. That night, she made a conscious decision. She would reclaim her sovereignty. She began with small steps. She limited the time she spent checking his messages and analyzing social media. She reconnected with hobbies and passions she had neglected. She invested in her friendships and community, finding fulfillment outside of the relationship. Most importantly, she started to speak to herself differently, replacing thoughts of lack with affirmations of wholeness. For the first time in months, Lila felt inner space. She was not empty nor desperate. She was full, radiant, and grounded in herself. Embodying unconditional love. Next, Lila embraced unconditional love. She stopped trying to control Adrian's actions or predict his moves. Instead, she allowed love to flow freely without expectation. When she thought of Adrian, her mind no longer spiraled into panic or longing. Instead, she visualized him happy, thriving, and free, sending energy of goodwill without needing anything in return. She practiced self-love consistently, recognizing that the ability to give love authentically depended on her own wholeness. She celebrated moments of joy and connection in her own life, independent of Adrian's presence. Unconditional love shifted her energy dramatically. The desperation that had driven Adrian away transformed into a radiant, magnetic presence that naturally drew him closer. The magnetic reunion. Months passed. Lila's life had grown rich, vibrant, and full. She was sovereign, loving, and empowered. And then one evening Adrian reached out, not because she had chased him, not because she had pleaded, but because her energy had shifted in a way that aligned with his readiness and the natural flow of the universe. Their reunion was unlike anything before. There was no tension, no drama, no neediness. Every word, every glance, every gesture was infused with mutual respect, authenticity, and love. They were not reuniting out of dependency. They were meeting as two whole beings, each radiating sovereignty and unconditional love. Lila later reflected, "I realized that I had been trying to pull him toward me with need, fear, and desperation. That energy repelled him. Only when I stopped needing him, reclaimed my power, and loved freely did our connection truly open." Adrian too noticed the difference. He felt the shift in energy immediately. There was no manipulation, no pressure, just an effortless resonance that pulled them together. The reunion felt like a natural consequence of the internal transformation Lila had undertaken. Lessons from the reunion. Lila and Adrian's story is not unique. It illustrates several universal truths about the twin flame journey. 1. Dependency repels. Love rooted in fear, need, or lack cannot sustain a twin flame connection. 2. Sovereignty magnetizes. Claiming your inner power stabilizes your energy and makes you irresistible to your twin flame. 3. Unconditional love creates flow. Love that is free from expectation allows the connection to unfold naturally. 4. Timing is energetic, not chronological. Twin flames return when both souls are energetically ready, not according to our emotional demands or desires. 5. Reunion is a reflection, not a reward. It mirrors the internal work, healing, and growth undertaken during separation. Ask yourself, am I waiting for them to return, or am I becoming the person whose energy naturally invites reunion? This question is crucial. The reunion is not about convincing or manipulating. It is about aligning with your highest self and allowing the connection to manifest organically. Practical steps to prepare for your own reunion. If you are still in the journey of waiting, there are actionable steps to align your energy and prepare for your twin flames' return. Daily sovereignty practice. Begin each day with affirmations that reinforce your wholeness and independence. Energy awareness. Observe your thoughts and emotions. When dependency arises, pause, breathe, and redirect your focus inward. Unconditional love exercises. Visualize your twin flame happy and thriving, while also affirming your own joy. Creative channeling. Transform longing into creation, art, writing, movement, or any activity that expresses your energy positively. Trust in timing. Reaffirm that the universe orchestrates the connection according to readiness, not desperation. These steps do more than prepare you for reunion. They transform your entire experience of love, turning longing into empowerment and absence into opportunity. Reflection for the viewer. As you listen to Lila and Adrian's story, reflect deeply. Where in your life are you still giving away your power to someone else? How can you reclaim sovereignty today, regardless of whether your twin flame is present or absent? What does unconditional love look like for you, both for yourself and for your twin flame? Are you ready to step into a magnetic energy that naturally invites reunion, rather than trying to force it? The answers to these questions determine not only the likelihood of reunion, but the quality of the connection when it occurs. A reunion without sovereignty and unconditional love is temporary and chaotic. A reunion grounded in these principles is enduring, harmonious, and transformative. The reunion is the living proof of the twin flame paradox. They return when you no longer need them. The power lies not in chasing, but in growing, healing, and loving from a place of wholeness. Dependency has no place in a union that is meant to be conscious, balanced, and enduring. Remember, the journey is not just about the other person, it is about your transformation. Every moment spent cultivating sovereignty and unconditional love prepares you to meet your twin flame not as a mirror of fear and lack, but as a co-creator of a profound, radiant connection. The magic of the twin flame reunion is this. It is both an external event and an internal revelation. The moment they return is the moment you realize you have already become whole, sovereign, and capable of loving unconditionally. This is the essence of the journey. Empowerment through absence, magnetic love through sovereignty, and a reunion that is the natural reflection of your inner transformation. The reunion with your twin flame is a moment of profound transformation, as we explored in the previous part. Yet, the reunion is not the conclusion of the journey. It is merely a new chapter, one that requires conscious effort, awareness, and emotional maturity. Many twin flame connections falter even after reunion because one or both parties revert to dependency, cling to control, or fail to embody unconditional love consistently. Part 8 focuses on how to maintain a healthy, conscious connection while honoring your sovereignty, your growth, and the essence of unconditional love. Understanding the post-reunion dynamic. When your twin flame returns, it is easy to slip into old patterns. The intensity of the connection can trigger the desire to control their actions or emotions. Subtle dependency, where your happiness is tied to their presence, attention, or affirmation. Unrealistic expectations, assuming that their return solves past pain or fulfills all your unmet needs. The truth is that the reunion is a test of alignment, not a reward. It reflects how fully you have integrated the lessons of independence, self-love, and non-attachment. The challenge now is to stay aligned even when emotions run high, when misunderstandings occur, or when life introduces friction. Consider the case of Sophie and Julian. Sophie had spent years longing for Julian, caught in the dependency loop we discussed earlier. When he finally returned, the reunion was electric, almost intoxicating. Yet within weeks, old habits surfaced. Sophie would overanalyze his messages, feel anxious when he didn't immediately respond, and even attempt to influence his decisions out of fear of losing him. Despite the magical reunion, they began to experience tension again. Sophie realized that the union itself was not the solution. Her inner alignment was the key. Without sovereignty and unconditional love, the twin flame relationship can feel like a roller coaster, alternating between blissful highs and painful lows. Step 1. Continue practicing sovereignty. Sovereignty is the foundation of maintaining a conscious twin flame connection. Even after reunion, you must continue to anchor yourself in self-mastery and independence. This includes 1. Prioritizing your personal growth. Your passions, career, health, and hobbies remain central. A connection is healthy when both parties thrive individually. 2. Setting emotional boundaries. Protect your mental space from reactive or manipulative energy, including your own insecurities. 3. Avoiding codependency. Recognize moments when your emotions are dictated by their actions. Pause, reflect, and realign with your inner stability. Julian, in Sophie's story, also had to confront his patterns of dependency. Both partners committing to sovereignty created balance, turning the relationship into a partnership of equals rather than a dynamic of chase and retreat. Ask yourself, am I standing fully in my power, or am I giving it away to the connection? This simple question is a compass for navigating post-reunion dynamics. Step 2. Practice unconditional love consistently. Unconditional love is not a one-time achievement. It is a daily practice. After reunion, it manifests in how you respond to challenges, disagreements, and differences. It is the ability to love your twin flame fully, without trying to change them or control their behavior, while still maintaining your boundaries. Practical examples. If your twin flame makes a mistake, respond from compassion rather than judgment. Celebrate their growth, even if it does not perfectly align with your expectations. Communicate openly and honestly, but without emotional manipulation or guilt tripping. Consider Maya and Eric. Eric struggled with work stress, and Maya noticed her initial reaction was anxiety and fear that their connection was weakening. She paused, breathed, and chose to support him without attachment to outcomes. Her unconditional love allowed Eric to feel safe, respected, and free, which strengthened their bond rather than creating tension. Unconditional love after reunion is a magnet that sustains connection without clinging. It allows both souls to exist fully and freely, creating harmony rather than chaos. Step 3. Communicate with conscious awareness. Effective communication is critical. Many post-reunion conflicts arise from assumptions, projections, or old patterns of fear. Conscious communication requires listening actively, seek to understand before responding, speaking from your truth, express needs without blame or accusation, using reflective statements, I feel under rather than you always checking assumptions. Avoid jumping to conclusions about their thoughts or intentions. Sophie and Julian implemented a nightly check-in practice, where they shared emotions, challenges, and gratitude without judgment. This maintained transparency, reinforced trust, and prevented the resurgence of dependency patterns. Ask yourself, am I communicating from fear or from love? From need or from alignment? Conscious communication is the bridge between sovereignty and unconditional love. Step 4. Embrace emotional triggers as growth opportunities. Even after reunion, triggers will appear. They are natural reflections of unresolved aspects of yourself. The key is how you respond. Notice when a trigger arises and pause. Identify whether it stems from dependency, insecurity, or past wounds. Apply sovereignty by choosing your response consciously rather than reacting automatically. Maintain unconditional love toward yourself and your twin flame. For instance, Julian sometimes forgot to check in during busy workdays. Sophie could have reacted with fear and anxiety, but instead, she paused, reflected, and acknowledged her own emotional stability first. By doing so, she prevented old patterns of neediness from resurfacing and strengthened the magnetic flow of love. Triggers are not problems, they are mirrors for continued growth. They offer daily opportunities to reinforce your sovereignty and unconditional love. Step 5. Co-create rather than control. Twin flame relationships thrive when both partners co-create their connection, rather than trying to control outcomes. Co-creation is about collaborating on shared goals while respecting individuality, supporting each other's dreams without attachment to specific results, celebrating autonomy alongside intimacy. Sophie and Julian started a creative project together, writing a book, but each maintained their own professional endeavors. The collaboration became a symbol of mutual respect, freedom, and shared purpose, rather than a source of dependency or tension. Ask yourself, am I co-creating or controlling? Am I allowing space for both our growth? True intimacy flourishes in freedom, not in neediness. Step 6. Integrate daily practices for alignment. Sustaining a twin flame relationship post-reunion requires consistent alignment practices. 1. Morning alignment rituals. Affirm your sovereignty and love. I am whole, I am free. I love fully without attachment. 2. Mindful presence. Focus on the moment with your twin flame, without letting past fears or future anxieties intrude. 3. Gratitude practice. Celebrate small acts of connection and mutual growth. 4. Energy resets. Meditate or breathe deeply whenever old patterns or anxiety resurface. Daily practices reinforce the energetic foundation of the relationship and prevent regression into dependency loops. Step 7. Trust the flow and surrender to timing. Even after reunion, there will be moments when circumstances challenge the connection, distance, misunderstandings, or life stressors. Trusting the energetic flow is essential. Surrender control over outcomes. Recognize that love is sustained through alignment, not manipulation. Allow the relationship to evolve naturally according to your combined growth trajectory. Sophie and Julian experienced relocation and career shifts, which could have triggered fear and anxiety. By practicing trust and surrender, they maintained harmony and reinforced their magnetic connection, proving that aligned energy overcomes external obstacles. Step 8. Reflection and empowerment for the viewer. Now reflect on your own journey. Are you ready to maintain sovereignty even in the intensity of reunion? Can you love unconditionally without controlling or needing your twin flame? Are you prepared to co-create, communicate consciously, and trust the flow of the connection? Maintaining a twin flame relationship is a daily commitment to alignment, not a one-time achievement. It requires courage, emotional intelligence, and spiritual awareness. But the rewards are profound. A union grounded in freedom, respect, and radiant love. Closing thoughts for this part. The reunion is not the end. It is the beginning of conscious partnership. Dependency must be replaced by sovereignty. Conditional love must be replaced by unconditional love. Communication must be conscious. Triggers become growth opportunities. And the energy of the connection becomes magnetic, harmonious, and enduring. Remember, your twin flame's return is a reflection of your inner transformation, and sustaining the connection depends on continuing that transformation. By living in alignment with sovereignty and unconditional love, you create a bond that is not based on fear or need, but on conscious, radiant partnership. The next part will explore how to maintain this energy long-term, creating a life of joy, growth, and deep spiritual intimacy, while avoiding the temptation to revert to old dependency patterns. Reunion with your twin flame is a remarkable milestone, but sustaining the connection long-term is a higher-level challenge. Many twin flame couples experience moments of tension, misalignment, or relapse into old dependency patterns even after reunion. Part 9 is about strategies to maintain balance, harmony, and deep intimacy over time, ensuring the relationship thrives without sacrificing sovereignty, self-love, or personal growth. Understanding long-term dynamics. The twin flame journey is not linear. It unfolds as a series of energetic cycles, often reflecting your inner growth and unresolved wounds. Even after the excitement of reunion, life will inevitably present triggers that awaken past dependency patterns, miscommunications that test your emotional balance, external challenges such as distance, work stress, or family dynamics. Long-term harmony depends not on the absence of challenges, but on how you navigate them consciously, maintaining sovereignty, unconditional love, and aligned communication. Consider Aiden and Clara, who reunited after a 3-year separation. The reunion was intense and euphoric, yet within months, Aiden noticed old dependency patterns resurfacing. He would feel anxious when Clara was late or preoccupied. Clara sometimes responded from fear, attempting to manage his emotions. Without conscious strategies, their connection could have spiraled back into the twin flame loop. Step 1. Continuous sovereignty practice. Sovereignty is not a static achievement. It is an ongoing practice. To maintain it over the long term, 1. Daily self-check-ins. Start each day by asking, am I acting from fear, need, or power? 2. Independent routines. Maintain hobbies, friendships, and work priorities outside the relationship. 3. Energy awareness. Notice subtle signs of emotional dependence, such as obsessing over their schedule or seeking constant validation. For instance, Aiden began journaling every morning about his intentions for the day, affirming his inner power and independence. By anchoring his sovereignty in daily routines, he prevented minor triggers from escalating into reactive patterns. Ask yourself, am I whole on my own, or am I relying on this connection for my happiness? True long-term harmony is built on the foundation of inner wholeness. Step 2. Embody unconditional love every day. Unconditional love is the glue that holds a twin flame connection together. It is active, intentional, and consistent. Long-term practice includes loving without expectation. Celebrate your twin flame's choices, even if they differ from your desires. Forgiving mistakes quickly. Understand that errors are natural. Unconditional love is patient and understanding. Expressing gratitude. Regularly acknowledge their presence, actions, and growth. Clara realized that instead of criticizing Aiden for being late, she could focus on appreciating the effort he made to prioritize their time together. This shift transformed small conflicts into moments of connection and respect. Step 3. Master conscious communication. Effective communication is the cornerstone of sustainable harmony. Twin flames must move beyond reactive conversations into intentional dialogue. 1. Express emotions clearly. Use I feel understood when understood because understood statements to prevent blame. 2. Listen deeply. Focus on understanding before responding. 3. Pause before reacting. Take a breath if emotions rise, preventing old dependency patterns from resurfacing. 4. Check assumptions. Avoid projecting your fears or past experiences onto your twin flame. Aiden and Clara implemented a communication pause. When conflicts arose, they would step back, breathe, and approach the conversation calmly, focusing on understanding rather than winning. This practice dramatically reduced misunderstandings and reinforced trust. Ask yourself, am I speaking from love and alignment, or am I reacting from fear or attachment? Communication is the energy bridge that maintains connection over time. Step 4. Turn triggers into growth opportunities. Triggers will continue to appear, but in long-term harmony, they are tools for growth, not reasons for despair. Observe the trigger. What emotion is rising? Fear? Jealousy? Insecurity? Identify the root. Is this a past wound resurfacing? A dependency pattern? Choose sovereignty and love. Respond from your highest self, not from reactivity. Reflect and learn. Journal insights gained from each triggered moment. For example, when Clara felt jealousy over Aiden's time with colleagues, she paused and reflected. She realized the jealousy was a reflection of her own need for validation. By acknowledging it internally and expressing love and trust externally, the energy between them strengthened instead of fracturing. Step 5. Maintain energetic alignment. Long-term harmony is sustained through energy, not just behavior. The twin flame connection thrives when both parties operate from high-frequency states. Self-love and confidence, emotional resilience, mindfulness and presence. Daily alignment practices can include meditation or breath work, energy visualization, imagining a harmonious flow of love between you, grounding exercises, walking in nature, connecting with your body. Aiden and Clara committed to morning meditation sessions together and individually, ensuring their energetic fields remained aligned. This practice allowed them to navigate challenges without being pulled into low-frequency reactive patterns. Step 6. Co-create with respect and freedom. Long-term sustainability requires co-creation, not control. This means supporting each other's goals while maintaining autonomy, planning life together without dictating choices, balancing shared experiences with individual growth. For example, Clara wanted to travel for a creative project, while Aiden focused on his business. Instead of resisting or attempting to control each other, they coordinated their schedules and supported each other fully. This balance strengthened intimacy while preserving freedom. Ask yourself, am I co-creating or am I trying to control outcomes? Long-term twin flame connections thrive on balance, not pressure. Step 7. Trust the process and divine timing. Even after reunion, the journey requires faith in the process. Life circumstances will shift, distance, career changes, or personal growth challenges may arise. Trust that the connection unfolds according to energetic readiness, not fear-based need. Challenges are opportunities to deepen sovereignty, unconditional love, and mutual growth. Patience and trust are essential for long-term stability. Aiden and Clara faced a period where career demands separated them physically. By trusting the timing and continuing alignment practices, their connection deepened rather than weakened. Step 8. Rituals to sustain connection over time. Consistency is key. Rituals reinforce long-term harmony. 1. Daily check-ins. Share feelings, gratitude, and support without judgment. 2. Weekly alignment exercises. Meditate, visualize, or journal together. 3. Monthly reflection. Review growth areas, triggers managed, and lessons learned. 4. Energy resets. Use breathwork or mindful pauses during tension. These rituals embed sovereignty, unconditional love, and conscious communication into daily life, preventing regression into old dependency loops. Step 9. Reflection and empowerment. Maintaining a conscious twin flame connection requires courage and continuous self-mastery. Reflect on these questions. Where am I still giving away my power in the relationship? How can I practice unconditional love today, even in challenging moments? Am I communicating from fear or from alignment? Am I balancing intimacy with independence and growth? The answers guide your daily choices and energy, ensuring that the connection remains vibrant, magnetic, and sustainable. Long-term twin flame harmony is not accidental. It is the result of sovereignty, maintaining your power and inner alignment; unconditional love, loving freely without attachment or expectation; conscious communication, listening, expressing, and resolving conflicts mindfully; trust and patience, allowing the connection to evolve naturally; energetic alignment, ensuring both partners radiate high-frequency love and wholeness. By integrating these principles into your daily life, the twin flame connection transforms from an emotional roller coaster into a steady, radiant union, where love is not a source of fear or dependency but a reflection of mutual growth, empowerment, and spiritual resonance. The journey continues beyond reunion, but with consistent practice, self-awareness, and conscious love, the connection becomes a lifelong path of joy, intimacy, and alignment. As we reach the final chapter of this journey, it is time to distill the deepest truths about the twin flame experience. The path you have walked, from the pangs of dependency, through the reclamation of sovereignty, to the magnetic power of unconditional love, is not simply a love story. It is a soul's awakening, a transformative journey that teaches you how to love without need, trust without control, and shine without external validation. Understanding why your twin flame returns not when you need them, but when you no longer need them, is the ultimate paradox. It is a truth that shakes the foundations of conventional love. The connection is not about filling a void, but about resonance and alignment. The final lesson of dependency. Dependency is often the first lesson in the twin flame journey. It manifests as longing, fear, and emotional turbulence. You may have asked yourself countless times, why aren't they coming back when I need them? Am I not enough? What am I doing wrong? These questions stem from a disconnection from your own power and wholeness. Dependency is the trap that keeps souls in emotional cycles of hope and despair. But here lies the first awakening. The external is a mirror of the internal. Your twin flame does not return when you plead or chase because the energy of need repels rather than attracts. The return occurs only when you embody independence, self-love, and inner stability. Consider Liam and Sophia. Liam spent years waiting for Sophia, emotionally dependent on her responses and actions. When he finally surrendered to his own growth, Reclaiming his sovereignty, engaging in meaningful work, and practicing self-love, Sophia naturally re-entered his life. Not because he chased her, but because his energy shifted into alignment with the frequency of their reunion. Sovereignty, the key to magnetism. Sovereignty is more than personal freedom. It is energetic authority over your own life and emotions. The magnetic pull of the twin flame is strongest when both souls radiate independence and self-mastery. Sovereignty manifests in several ways. 1. Inner stability. Your emotions are rooted in your own being, not in your twin flame's actions. 2. Clear boundaries. You honor your needs and your partner's autonomy equally. 3. Confidence and self-expression. You live authentically without the fear of rejection or abandonment. The story of Ava and Leo illustrates this beautifully. Ava had struggled with intense longing, often checking Leo's social media multiple times a day. When she committed to sovereignty, prioritizing her passions and personal growth, Leo naturally felt drawn back. The lesson is clear. Your energy is the true magnet, not your words, gestures, or attempts to control the connection. Unconditional love, the bridge beyond fear. Unconditional love is the essence of the twin flame journey. It is the bridge that transforms separation, longing, and emotional turbulence into trust, joy, and spiritual intimacy. Unconditional love is loving without expectation of return or reciprocity, supporting growth even when it challenges your comfort zone, accepting imperfections including your own. Let's revisit Maya and Eric. Eric had moments of distraction and stress, which in the past would trigger Maya's anxiety. By practicing unconditional love, she could embrace his imperfections, celebrate his growth, and allow their connection to thrive naturally. In doing so, she not only preserved the relationship, but elevated it to a higher frequency partnership. Ask yourself, am I capable of loving fully without needing control or assurance? Can I celebrate their growth as I grow myself? The depth of this love is what sustains a twin flame connection over time. Communication. Conscious dialogue as the lifeline. Even at the highest level of alignment, conscious communication remains critical. Misunderstandings, assumptions, and past triggers can create tension. The antidote is intentional dialogue. Listen with curiosity, not judgment. Speak from clarity and vulnerability, not fear or expectation. Pause before reacting to emotional triggers. Check assumptions before drawing conclusions. Aiden and Clara, after reuniting, maintained a daily practice of reflection and honest conversation, ensuring their connection remained strong and balanced. Conscious communication transforms challenges into opportunities for deeper connection, turning conflict into mutual growth. Trust in divine timing. Perhaps the most profound truth of the twin flame path is trust in divine timing. The universe orchestrates the return of your twin flame according to energetic readiness, not human desire. Trust that delays are not rejection but preparation. Recognize that absence is a teacher, providing the opportunity to cultivate sovereignty and unconditional love. Surrender to the flow without losing your agency. Alignment is a conscious choice, not passive waiting. Sophia's delayed return to Liam was not arbitrary. Every moment of separation was a chance for both souls to heal, expand, and mature. When the time came, their reunion was seamless because their energy was fully aligned. Practical steps to maintain long-term twin flame harmony. 1. Daily sovereignty practice. Affirm your independence and wholeness. Example: I am complete. I am sovereign. Love flows freely through me. 2. Energy alignment. Meditate, visualize, or engage in grounding practices daily. 3. Conscious communication. Resolve misunderstandings with clarity and love. 4. Celebrate growth. Honor each other's achievements and personal journeys. 5. Embrace triggers as lessons. Recognize moments of tension as mirrors for growth. 6. Create rituals. Morning affirmations, nightly reflections, and regular alignment practices strengthen long-term connection. The ultimate paradox. They return when you don't need them. This is the heart of the twin flame truth. The return is not a reward for longing, nor a solution to fear. The return is a reflection of your transformation. Ask yourself, am I seeking them to fill a void, or am I whole on my own? Do I radiate love freely without need or expectation? Am I aligned with the frequency of reunion through sovereignty and growth? The answer determines the quality of the connection. Only when you embody these truths does the twin flame return naturally, effortlessly, and harmoniously. Stories of transformation. Lila and Adrian. After reclaiming sovereignty and practicing unconditional love, their reunion became a sacred partnership of equals. Sophie and Julian. By maintaining conscious communication and trust, they sustained a magnetic, harmonious connection over years. Aidan and Clara. Rituals and energy alignment practices ensured their relationship remained vibrant, even through distance and life stressors. Each story demonstrates the universal principle. Inner transformation precedes external reunion. The connection becomes a mirror of your highest self. The twin flame journey is the ultimate spiritual awakening. It teaches you to love freely, trust deeply, and shine unapologetically. It reminds you that the power of love resides not in the other person, but in your own alignment. Your twin flame will return. Not when you chase, not when you need, but when you embody wholeness, sovereignty, and unconditional love. Until then, every moment is an opportunity to grow, to heal, and to radiate the energy that naturally draws your mirror soul. So start today. Reclaim your power. Love without expectation. Communicate consciously. Trust the process. When you do, the reunion becomes not just an event, it becomes a reflection of your highest self, a celebration of love, and a journey of spiritual fulfillment. If this journey resonates with you, take a moment to reflect, journal, or meditate on your own path. Share this video with someone who is waiting, longing, or seeking empowerment in love. Subscribe for more guidance on conscious relationships, twin flame awakening, and personal sovereignty. Your transformation begins with one aligned step. Take it now. Video description example. 320 words. Have you ever wondered why your twin flame never returns when you need them most, yet appears effortlessly when you are no longer attached? This video dives deep into the twin flame paradox, exploring the journey from emotional dependency to sovereignty and the transformative power of unconditional love. Through real-life examples and practical guidance, you will learn how to recognize the signs of dependency, reclaim your inner power, and align your energy to naturally magnetize your twin flame connection. We explore why waiting, chasing, or controlling your twin flame never works, and how the true reunion occurs when you are energetically whole. This video also guides you on how to maintain a conscious twin flame relationship, even after reunion. Learn how sovereignty, conscious communication, and spiritual growth create lasting harmony and intimacy without falling back into old patterns of fear or need. By embodying self-love and alignment, your twin flame connection becomes a reflection of your highest self, not a source of validation or dependency. If you are seeking guidance on twin flame dynamics, this video will inspire you to shift your mindset, embrace your personal power, and understand the energetic principles behind a true, lasting union. Watch, reflect, and start your journey to attract your twin flame naturally, with love, patience, and trust. Sparkle's call to action. If this resonates, subscribe for more insights on twin flame connections, spiritual awakening, and conscious love. Share this video with anyone on a twin flame journey who needs guidance and empowerment today. Hashtags. 500 characters total. Twin flame connection, soul connection, spiritual awakening, conscious love, self-love journey, spiritual growth, twin flame reunion, inner healing, unconditional love, twin flame journey, love without attachment, awaken your soul's sovereignty, energy alignment.